WPIB Network. This is Rush Limbaugh. This is the most listened to radio talk show in the country. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to all of you from all of us. Hope it is a great time of year for you. Rush, what do you mean? I checked the email. What do you mean? What do you mean some Democrats are not... Well, right here it is. Washington Post. House Democrats brace for some defections among moderates on impeachment of Trump. The Washington Post says it clears... Folks, I warned you this was going to happen yesterday. When that Quinnipiac poll came out, go back and review. I wonder if you all realize how often things I say here are repeated elsewhere in the media. And I wonder how many of you say, yeah, Rush told us that. I've heard that. It happened all morning in the hearings today. It happened all afternoon in the Senate hearings yesterday. And now here comes the Washington Post with the story. When that Quinnipiac poll hit yesterday, 51% oppose impeachment. Quinnipiac is the poll of the polls for the Democrats. It's never shown Trump in a good light. 51% oppose impeachment. Never been that high. When did it happen? In the midst of the Democrat impeachment effort. And I said then that Pelosi, if she could pull this back, would, but she can't. She's too deep. She's too far in. Her media would revolt against her, as would many in her base, because this is about nothing more than the continued expression of hate. It's all it is. These people have an unquenchable hate. It has to be fed every day. It has to be nourished every day. They can't go a day without being dominated and governed by their hate. Democrat-based voters, the mainstream media, you name it. Pelosi can't pull back on impeachment, but believe me, if she could, she would. 3 weeks ago, I said Pelosi will not do this if all she has is 218 votes, meaning the bare minimum she needs to pass it. I said that's not going to be enough. That's not going to be enough to sway the American people. It's going to be purely party line. She can't do it. At the time, the thinking was that she had 235 votes. At the time, the thinking was that the 30 or 31 moderate Democrats who were elected in the 2018 midterms had come from Trump districts. The thinking was that the case was solid enough that they'd go ahead and vote for impeachment, not imperil themselves. Then the hearings began, and it became obvious that they had nothing. Became obvious all they had was hearsay and academics testifying what they thought a rotten guy Donald Trump is. A bunch of bureaucrats who were not even on the phone call. The transcript of the phone call shows nothing there. The whistleblower came and went before anybody ever heard from him or saw him. They had nothing. Those 31 moderates began to get nervous and got more and more nervous as the hearings went on because a case was not made. Despite the media's bias in analyzing it, reporting it, a case was not made. Then the impeachment number, 51%. I will guarantee you the Democrat internal polls are showing this as well. The desire for impeachment is plummeting the more this goes on. So when the number hit yesterday, I told you, I guessed, educated guess, that Pelosi's going to release some of these moderates, and that if all she gets is 218, she'll take it because she can't pull back. She cannot cancel this. She can't even delay it. She might try to delay it on the basis that McConnell here demanding an immediate acquittal, moving through an immediate acquittal is going to deny her side fairness. She could pull it on the basis of the way McConnell says he's going to deal with this. It's an outside chance. I'm not predicting it. I'm just telling you, don't be surprised, because McConnell has said, I'm not even going to have the trial. I'm going to go for summary judgment. I'm going to poll guilty or not guilty right on the first day. We're not even going to get a guilty verdict. We're going to dismiss this. Well, Pelosi could say, You know what? Senator McConnell is denying us the fairness. He's denying the minority fairness, which would be a laugh given how they have abandoned fairness on their side. But she could. She's always been able, if she wanted to, she has always been able to cancel this on the basis of the partisanship and mean-spiritedness and the bigotry and the racism and the sexism and all that of the Republicans. But I still think she's too deep now. And the Washington Post story makes the case. House Democrat leaders are bracing for some defections among a group of moderate Democrats in swing districts who are concerned that a vote to impeach Trump could cost them their seats in November. Lawmakers and senior aides are privately predicting they will lose more than the two Democrats who opposed the impeachment inquiry rules package in late September. Two senior Democrat aides said the total could be as many as 6 Democrat defections, while a third senior Democrat aide said it could be higher. Several moderates have privately pined for other options, including censure, that they are unlikely to get. Others have even considered what one moderate called splitting the baby, backing one article of impeachment but not the other, to try to show, in other words, they'll vote for one but not the other to show independence in the party, because these moderates think if they go all in with their own party that they're dead at the ballot box. So she's got the votes to impeach, but here come defections, meaning bipartisanship will be a part of impeachment, but it will be bipartisan support against it. And if it's 6 now or more, it's only going to get worse. Because Trump didn't do anything. And folks, despite all the noise and all the hate and all of the energy the Democrats have mustered, this has been about one thing. It's been about trying to break the bond of Trump supporters to Trump. The exact opposite has happened. In fact, you probably will find Democrats openly complaining about it on TV now. If you watch enough TV, my guess is that some Democrats will start openly complaining about how Trump voters just will not turn on the guy. We've given everything we got. I mean, we impeached, we had a Mueller investigation, we had a Russia investigation, all this. We had Stormy Daniels, the NBC tape, we had Steele dossier. We can't. They're going to start complaining about it because they went into this thinking it'd be a slam dunk. I mean, take out a Republican, that's easy. That's Democrat 101. Call up your buddies in the media and get the process started. The list of Republicans destroyed this way is long. Here's a audio soundbite to demonstrate for you the utter frustration and the hatred and the scattershot approach and the general feeling that Trump shouldn't be president just because we don't like the guy. Steve Cohen, Democrat from Tennessee. This is during the debate today on the markup, the House Judiciary Committee on the 2 articles of impeachment.
When he said, I need a favor, though, he was talking about getting dirt on the Bidens. Michael Cohen told us the president doesn't come out and say exactly what he wants. He speaks in code. That's the president's code. Michael Cohen knows it. And Michael Cohen is in prison now. Michael Cohen, who is in prison because he facilitated the payments to Ms. Daniels and the payments to Ms. McDougal. You talk about abuse of power. Abuse of power is having a charitable foundation and taking advantage of the charities and using the money for your own purposes and having to pay a $2 million fine and not being allowed to be on a board ever again because you don't have the character to be over a charitable foundation. Abuse of power is ripping off people at Trump University and paying $25 million.
I mean, none of that is in the articles of impeachment. None of it. And now he's quoting Michael Cohen, who he acknowledges is in jail for, among other things, lying. Michael Cohen made the payments to Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal. Abuse of power. The president speaks in code. He was talking about getting dirt on the Bidens. We didn't need dirt on the Bidens. Biden provided the dirt. Biden copped to the interference. We just played you the audio of Biden bragging about it. What Trump was saying, are you going to get to the bottom of this? Are you going to investigate it? There's another thing, too. Trump was actually soliciting help from Zelensky on getting to the bottom of what happened to him in the Russia collusion case, because Ukraine was involved in that. No matter what these people try to rewrite history as saying, Ukraine was involved in it. There have been 7 drive-by news stories detailing it, and even a Ukraine court found Ukrainians guilty of colluding in the 2016 American election. And they are sitting here even today at their little committee in utter denial of that. They keep harping on, Trump said, do me a favor, do me a favor. No, he didn't say do me a favor. He said, do us a favor, talking about, hey, do us in the United States, do us a favor. By the way, it's a Trump manner of speaking that he has used his whole life. I'll be playing golf with Trump, and some aide will come up, or some member of the staff at the club will come up. He said, hey, do me a favor, go tell that guy. Do me a favor is like saying hey to him. Do me a favor is not soliciting a bribe. It's almost a way that he bridges a conversation with people. Some people say, hey, hey, do me a favor, go give me a Diet Coke. Hey, do me a favor and run that guy down and tell him I'll see him at 4 o'clock. Do me a favor. It's a speech pattern with Trump. And they're trying to make that an impeachable offense. Anyway, the American people are seeing all this because this is now going on for 3 straight weeks. There isn't anything new in it. They don't have anything. And what is obviously surfacing now is their pure abject hatred. And it's not infectious, folks. It's not drawing people to them. It's driving people away. We will be back. Hang on.
The truth lives here.